What's going on, everybody? Super96 here, and welcome to episode 2 of our Pokemon. I am so used to saying that from our Pokemon LP. Let me try again. What's going on, everybody? Super96 here, and welcome to episode 2 of 1000 Lies. In the last episode, you guys, we were punched in the face by how real this story got real quick. And that's pretty much all we know, but I'm about to get right up in here and start reading some more. I know. Prepare your ears to bleed. The students inside the classroom suddenly erupted in various noisy reactions. The combined sound defense everything else. Even then, there's still a sound I can't ignore. Hello? My broken heart leaving me feeling empty inside. How foolish, I'm no more than a feeble cuckold, resigned to never leave his nest. My soul is sinking further into the drain of desperation while the world keeps spinning. Oh my lord, fourth wall break. I'm unable to bear the sound of everyone else's happiness. My sanity is blinded by jealousy, which in turn causes me to retreat into loneliness. I'm not even a third of the man I used to be. For what reason should I keep this farce up? What? I'm sorry, Ziva. I would be lying if I said that I didn't like you. Then what's the problem? There's no problem. You're beautiful. Any man's ideal woman. I've dreamt of you many times, of being us together, going on walks while I hold your hand, even our wedding. I've dreamt of the house we would buy, the 3 kids we would have, the names we would give them. You're planning way ahead, aren't you? Like seniors? I would say. But it's impossible now. The truth is, I'm in love with someone else. Oh, wow. Our character is like beating himself over. It's like she's confessing love to another man. Well, that man's taken, dude. Dude, he's taken. Get in there. Come on, get in there. This is your chance. So it is true. I had suspected it, but I couldn't believe it. She's here, right? That's right. I'm talking about the new The new substitute teacher. Everybody's alarm bells go off in unison. Everyone's gaze shoot towards the entrance of the classroom. Standing there is the wide-eyed substitute teacher, ready for her very first class. These kids are nuts, dude. These kids are nuts. The tension causes her to drop her books. A soft, stirring noise is all that her brain can process now. Regardless, she didn't need to say anything. Not before she got cut off by a sudden hysterical applause. Great, how fantastic. I knew beforehand that something like this might happen. The silence is deafening. You can see the pity growing on everyone's faces. It feels as the Grim Reaper himself has entered them all into an ill fate. You had wanted to confess before Ase did. Both of us knew what he had been planning, and about his unrequited love for the teacher, and the rest of this class hadn't even met yet. That's why we had to move on ahead, you out of fear and I out of despair. My words are parted by the sound of my breathing and accompanied by the sound of my steps crash down upon Ziva as I walk to my desk. Although the weight of her actions is crashing down upon her shoulders, Ziva manages to rise up again, purely out of self-pity. Despite knowing that, you still took the risk. I don't understand you, Andean. I don't think I ever will. In the end, it seems as the two of us had the same goal. I guess we're more alike than I thought. No, we aren't alike. My hand clumsily reaches for something to grasp until I clutch something. My face twists into a distorted smile. I convince myself that this time I'll really win, and I won't let go. I can prove to you that my love is real. I can show you just how strong my resolve is, Ziva. The scissors. He grabbed the scissors. Don't do this, Sierra. We can talk it over. Andean, no. No! Did I stab him? Wait. Taking my own life, I mercilessly pierced through my chest. What? I thought I was empty inside. Excuse me? But my hands were stained with blood. I guess I can't change how I feel after all. What was that? Goodbye. Ziva. It's over. Mission accomplished. Indian is dead. Thank you all. I hope you had as much fun as I did. What kind of crazy messed up story is this? The spectators begin to clap. Due to Ziva's popularity, she receives the most attention. You can only hear them cheer her name. Seeing her play that kind of role is something new and bold, something the audience excitedly welcomes. A job well done. There's no better way to start the day, right, compañero? Oz helps me get up, then I shake off the ketchup. Oh my god. Are you serious? Ketchup on my clothes. My shirt is a complete wreck, but what could I do? It was a small price to pay in exchange for some laughs. What kind of sex school is this? Are they gonna drop? For God's sake, please let this be a prank. Just let it be a prank, bro. Prank gone wrong, gone sexual, gone horrific. We aren't known as the class clowns for nothing. We eat pranks like this for breakfast. You weren't yourself, you were beating around the bush too much. What the hell was that about with the wedding and the kids? Believe me, bud, it's not every day that you get a confession from Zivia, even if it was just acting. It's totally normal to start picturing things like a wedding and our 4 future children together. Wasn't it 3? A lot of things have happened since then, compañero. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm sorry. Ignoring my friend's reproductive captivity in his dream world, I tried to get the class attention. The show may be over, but the MC still has something left to say. Please listen, I have something to announce. Be quiet until I'm finished. Ladies and gentlemen, and Aussie. How am I not a gentleman? That's your own problem, buddy. Thank you for coming to our little production. I do hope all of you enjoyed it. And we mustn't forget to whom we dedicated this practical joke, someone who has a small role to play. Round of applause for our already beloved substitute teacher. Please come up to the stage and introduce yourself. We don't even know your name yet. Our target of all the shouts and whistles, our victim, stands petrified against the wall, even paler than before. So this is a prank against the substitute teacher. What kind of messed up kids are these people? What do you go through at your houses to make you think that's a prank? This is like, whoever that YouTuber prank is that, like, you know, had his friend think that somebody shot him in front of him. Yeah, this is on that. This levels with that. Oh my god. This story, man. Good god. At first she appears frightened, then she frowns until finally she scowls and begins puffing air out her nose like an enraged bull. What other reaction could we expect from our little prank? Right, 3 of us ended up in the principal's office. It doesn't even show the teacher. 1,000 lies. What, is this a new chapter? It's now recess at Dojin Institute. Oz and I go for a walk outside the school grounds, wandering with no particular destination in mind through the street that serves as the heart of our small town and has become our routine. It's not even that big at first place, but we live in a modest European town whose inhabitants thrive off a rich history and modern-day political lies. I've lived here my entire life, and the only positive quality I can think of is the fresh, unpolluted air. In other words, it's really boring here. Sounds like Serenby, but Serenby's actually a pretty interesting place. If you guys see my vlogs, that's where they film a bunch of Walking Dead stuff. I'm actually filming there now. Although it's still better to die of boredom than try to deal with those little brats back to school. Damn, I never thought I expected it to end so badly. I didn't think it was a big deal. Even though we're pranking everyone more often than before, we haven't done anything too terrible. I guess that's just the risk we took when doing it a new teacher. Some people take life too seriously. Are you serious? The comedian standing next to me is Oz Aldwin. He's a perverted narcissistic guy who can't decide whether he loves women or his own reflection more. He calls himself a lady killer, and I can confirm that it's true in literal sense, from shock and terror usually. Well, to be honest, I know he has a reputation as a womanizer around the school, but from what I've seen, it's skeptical. He has stuck to me like a parasite ever since I transferred to the school a few years ago. Since then, just like our little play, we've wasted our time pulling pranks and being dumbasses together. I'm just faking it, but he really has a natural talent for it. Because of our infamous endeavors, no one can take us seriously. That's why we're known as class clowns above all else. In all the years we've been studying here, we've never gotten into any major trouble, just sometimes getting lectured or complained at. The fact that Oz, although it may seem impossible, has the highest grade in his class probably has something to do with it. And I'm just pretty face, I guess. I'm a lucky guy who knows how to escape before the smoke sets off the alarm. But it seems we scared the new teacher a little too much, especially by pretending she might have an immoral relationship with a student. But what else should we have expected from an age that places precedence on their political correctness? Real issues are shrugged off while everyone is off living in their own bubbles, dreading that someone may try to pop it. My dog just tried to knock something over, and I looked at him, he got scared. Basically, right now they're discussing where they should chop our heads off and which weapon to use, axe or guillotine. I don't regret it though, it really wasn't that bad, they're just too sensitive. Hey, are you listening to me? Are you doodling again? Every time I get distracted, you always have your nose in a notebook. It's impressive how long it can take for Oz to notice his surroundings. Since we've left, I've been writing in a small pocket-sized notebook that I've always kept with me. And no, I wasn't listening to him. I don't consider it healthy to pay attention to him anyways. I have a few friends like this guy, to be honest. I've asked you a couple of times already. Are you going to show me what you're writing eventually or not? I've been friends for like 6 years. Still, you've never let me see it. I puff and close the notebook with my thumb and index finger. It's a question that I should expect by now, seeing as this fixation of mine usually catches everyone's attention at some point. No, it's not weird to write entries in a diary or to jot down ideas, neither of which was what I was doing. It's only because I do it so often that it's even noteworthy. What am I writing? No, Oz. Your question is incorrect, seeing as I'm not the one who's writing anything. In my hand, it moves by itself. Every time I have the premonition of a catastrophe, my fingers themselves scribe a future into this notebook. I've been keeping it a secret because this power, if put into the wrong hands, could be used for evil. Catastrophe. Wait a second. I'm not saying that. Are you kidding me? Catastrophe how? Am I in danger? Our friend's verbosity suddenly accelerates within a second. Meanwhile, open a notebook and read what I just written, then turn my gaze away and bite my lip. Hey, I don't like that face. What did you read? I hope it's not something harmful to me. At that very moment, I shiver as if lightning had struck me. With no control over my body, I write a short sentence on a new page and then rip it out as the premonition finishes. Okay, now you're really freaking me out. What did you write? I can't tell you. Hand it over. Ozzy snatches his crumbled sheet of paper away from me. Finally, while trying to keep a composure that he clearly lacks, he reads its contents. The time is quickly approaching. Something worse than death will hunt you down. Woo. Ah! And I only touched your shoulder. Why'd you jump? Oh, this chick. How are my favorite guys? I've got good news. What kind of premonition is this, Sierra? Well, I wrote about something worse than death, then Zevia came along. I think it hit the mark. and the words of Michael Kelso, burn! What are you talking about? And why do I get this feeling this isn't good? Let's not get into details. Sierra was writing in his notebook again. I wanted to know what it was, since he never tells us. Zia moves her gaze from Oz to me, blinding me with a sparkle shimmering in her eyes so brightly that it resembles a lighthouse. Oh, so Indian was compulsively writing in his notebook again. Can I see what he wrote too, eh? Can I? She tries to steal my pocket-sized notebook by jumping on me, but since I'm used to her trying this kind of thing, I managed to evade her in time to hide it away in my back pocket. Hands off, Sigmund Feud. Geez, so unfair. If you won't show it to me, then your treatment will never progress, Undine. Don't be deceived by her charm and appeal. Xenia shani is one of the most dangerous species in the entire world, according to 9 out of 10 experts. While most of my fellow fauna will tell you that the opposite, since they're all madly in love with her. To me, madly in love with her. To me, Ziva's nothing more than a headache. I mean, just take a look at her. It's like she's straight out of an RPG with those clothes, but since she's attractive, everyone just turns a blind eye. I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad. If I had to describe her, I'd say she's a wannabe psychologist with a touch of insidiousness and deceit, who has also been determined to ruin my life since the very first moment we met earlier this year. Her dream is to go to college and focus on the studies of the human mind, and what better practice than experimenting with mind first. Somehow she found out about my habit of scribbling in my notebook when she described it as interesting, and hasn't stopped bugging me since. She decided I'd be her test subject. Not a week goes by where she doesn't try to psychoanalyze me or fish my paper scraps out of my trash and read them. Even worse, sometimes she tries to steal my notebook so she can discover its secrets. At least now she calls me by my surname. Before that, it was just patient to her. Okay, so far this story has hit me like a brick twice, okay? Episode 1 and episode 2. Let's see if episode 3 can do it next time. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit a like. Also, comment down below to tell me what you think. Also, hit subscribe because it helps the series, helps the channel, helps me as a whole. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!